What's up, people? Back here on YouTube Live. And last week, I was kind of coloring up this Elvis, but I think this week, I had a suggestion from my wife, Maddie, to draw Sonic the Hedgehog. So I'm going to do my version of Sonic the Hedgehog, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start a new page here, and I will make it 8 by 10. Cool, so I'm getting all that set up. And while I wait for folks to join, see, we got 2. And there's Maddie, as always. And guys, don't forget to like the video, comment on it. It helps me out with my algorithms. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to get notified when I go live or when I'm posting a new video, hit the notification bell. I'm going to go ahead and take my face off of here. And while that's going on, I was going to write, just like I did last time, my web address. Sorry for the dead air. I was writing out my, I should have done this before I started. I was writing out my user handles and stuff. Cool. All right, so yeah, my website's cartoon-u.com. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then my Instagram name is, my profile name is Cartoon Ryan. Also, my Twitch feed is Cartoon Ryan. And Facebook, if you want to catch me on there, go ahead in my channel on YouTube. You'll see all my social media links. You can link up with me there too. So go to my banner on my channel and you can see everything I'm linked up with there too. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Drop me a note. Let me know you're on, watching. I always like to say hi to everybody. And Maddie, you are my #1 fan. Oh, and I misspelt it. All right, cool. I'm going to get the hang of this, guys. Thanks for tuning in always. All right, so today, yeah, like I mentioned before at the beginning, I'm going to draw Sonic the Hedgehog. It was just a request that I got from Maddie. She's been asking me for a while now, and I feel bad. I haven't done it. So, thinking about looking at some different pictures of them. I know in the movie that just came out recently, they had to change the design. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he was super weird looking. Didn't look like Sonic at all. I don't know what you guys thought about it, but the redesign was cool. It looked good. There's a good one. All right, so he's just a circle for his head. So that's usually what I start out with cartoon characters. And then he's got kind of like a jelly bean shaped body. The picture I'm looking at the picture I'm looking at of him, he's standing up straight, kind of pointing his finger. But I want to have him running because, you know, that's what he's good at. And I'm real sloppy when I sketch out my art. I'm real sloppy at first, and then it kind of takes shape as it goes. And I feel like that leg is too far in. So I do a lot of erasing when I sketch out. Just kind of sculpting, basically, is what I'd say. And then the other foot here. And I'm going to stretch out my canvas some. That's what's cool about this little deal, is there's a lot of leeway with what you can do with your canvas. And then I'm going to move him up here. I can hear those rings when he catches the rings, you know, I can hear them in my head. I love that game. I thought it was so well done. It's definitely a classic by Sega, and Maddie actually knows it by heart. I saw her play it about 10 years ago, and it was amazing. She was breezing through it. All right, so I got the cross section. I divide it, you know, in halves. You got where the nose and the mouth line up, and then the eyes. And his ears are up here. What's crazy about him is he doesn't look like a hedgehog at all, but it's so cool. I love the design of the character. Man, that'd be like a total dream job for me, doing character design. I would love to do that. My most famous character design to date would have to be what I've done for the nonprofit I work with. It's a great partnership. I don't know if any of you are local to Houston that are watching. Most of the people that are watching are local to Houston, but I post him all the time, and I designed that character the way he looks. I didn't create him, but I designed him. And I love designing characters, but I also love drawing classic characters. It's fun to me. I have fun with it. I know I should probably create more original characters and things, but I don't know. I just have fun drawing stuff that made my childhood really, a fun place. All right, next I'm gonna kind of draw his little tummy. He's got that classic oval little deal going on with his stomach. And thank you guys for tuning in. And if you want to comment, feel free. I don't mind the comments. It helps me out, kind of knowing what I need to do here. You know, what maybe you have some suggestions or input on what you want me to draw next week, or things you want me to talk about. You know, this is just draw and chat. I'm always open for, discussion. All right, so I kind of have my frame down. Now I'm kind of just going in. This is real loose, real sloppy. Awesome. Hey, Jovi. Glad you're drawing along. You're ready to see the true Lord of the Rings. That he is, yes. That dude was catching rings like there's no tomorrow. Jovi has been sending me tons of art lately, and it's been awesome to post. I've been real happy about that. I love to see the young folk sending me art. That's always a cool thing. Makes me happy. All right. Now I'm going down here. All right, so another fin, and he has like a little tail deal that goes right there. Cool. And then he has the big socks that go over the shoes. All right, now I'm drawing the soles of the shoe. All right, and then top part. All right, so I pretty much have the body frame sketched out. Remember, check out my website if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram at Cartoon Ryan. Follow me on Twitch at Cartoon Ryan. And then there's links to my Facebook on my banner, my channel banner. So if you want to, link up with me there, you can too. You can send me messages on here. I love making new friends. All right, so now I'm going to throw down some lines. Oops. And I erase a lot and redo my lines. I see a lot of things that need to be changed as I go. I know there's some artists that are super fluid. I've never been that way. I'm always kind of just changing as I go when I do this. Oops, I was going to send one more message even though I said hi earlier. All right. All right, so next. I might make a print out of this. I don't know. We'll see. If I do, I have to redraw it though because I got to format it to the right size. If I do it though, I'll probably just have it where it's just Sonic though and no background. And this is basically my version of Sonic. It's not like a replica of it. It's kind of just my take on it. All right, throwing down these lines here. Coming out pretty good. Boom. All right, now for the ear on the other side. Hang on one second. Sometimes my computer has to save it saves kind of like an auto draft in case the computer went down for some reason. So sometimes the wheel spins, which is a good thing. You know, can't complain with that. And I already see something I don't like with this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I think his arm's a little too high up, so I'm gonna ink that one on a different layer and move it around. That's the beauty of this program, is it's very forgiving. When you're drawing on traditional mediums, you really have to make sure you have it all plotted out right and, you know, in the right position, because once you throw the ink lines down, that's pretty much it. It's a done deal. I mean, you can do whiteout touch-ups and stuff like that, but oops. And remember, if you haven't already liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell if you want to get notified when I'm online. I'm also going to post some time-lapse videos eventually. I haven't gotten around to it just yet. And go ahead and drop me a chat. You know, feel free to comment. I'll look over at it every now and then as I'm drawing. Oops. All right, so I got that arm down. Now I'm going to go up to this other layer. I'm going to draw this arm, but I'm going to shift it downward. All right, so I got that down. Now what I'm going to do is bring, maybe rotate it some. And it does this weird thing. I don't know why, but it duplicates it, and it's really annoying. It used to never do that. I need to Google what the deal is with that and why that's happening. But yeah, if I rotate an image or something, it which is super annoying. All right, so I think I got that arm in a good place. Maybe about right there. I might rotate it just a tad again. All right, I'm gonna just quit playing with it because I'm gonna drive myself crazy. All right, so that's good for now. I might tweak that up a little bit later if I redraw it. You guys are quiet tonight. You want to just kind of just observing. Are you drawing so hard into your sketch pad you really don't think to chat it? I mean, that's cool too because you're drawing. I'm always down with that. But I definitely like to chat while I draw too. All right, so that's gonna be that. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a tail here at the back end. All right. And he's got like a little buckle down here for some reason. And then I'm going to put the sole of the shoe here. All right, and then we'll see right here. And I forget sometimes to lock my pencil layer because I've run into problems before where I'll draw on the wrong layer and then I have to start everything over, which is pretty lame. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened. Oh man, and it's not fun when it does. All right, next up is the bottom shoe. What I should have done is done this without black lines. I should have done like a dark blue up here and then kind of a tan. Maybe if I redraw it, I'll do that. I think that'd be cool. All right, next up. And as I said before, guys, thanks for tuning in. You know, even if it's just one person watching, I'm truly grateful for you guys tuning in. Tell your friends about the channel. I just love to draw and chat, and I love to answer questions from people, you know, about, you know, different techniques I use and stuff that I've learned from other artists. I'm learning just like you guys. I'm always trying new things out and, you know, wanting to learn more. I just want to improve, and that's the main thing, is to never feel like you've made it to the top. Feel like you need to always improve. All right, so let's see. Jerry, Sonic was originally supposed to be a rabbit. Oh wow, I did not know that. That's That's pretty cool. Did not know he was originally supposed to be a rabbit. I'm glad he wasn't a rabbit. I think a hedgehog is super unique and really hadn't been used before. I mean, rabbit's kind of a, you know, we've seen that a lot. Bugs Bunny and Roger Rabbit, stuff like that. Cool little story about Roger Rabbit. I'm going to brag on myself. I did this, I did a fan art piece. Or actually, it was just an original piece of art that I did myself just for fun. And I ended up selling it a couple of years ago at Comic Palooza. But it was Bugs Bunny and Roger Rabbit embracing each other. And a guy saw it at Comic Palooza and he had to buy it immediately, which was really cool. But then I made a print of it, and after I made a print of it, I posted it online. And the guy that created Roger Rabbit, Gary Wolf, got a wind of it, and he posted it and tagged me in it and shared it and said he loved it. And I was just, oh, that made my day. That made my year, actually. That was really cool because I love Roger Rabbit. I've not read the books though. I hear they're amazing reads. So many people love him, and he has a devoted fan base. Huh? Amber, good to see you on here. Yeah, a fun fact about Minerva Mink, I think they had to end up canceling her because she was too sexually suggestive, I think is what the reasoning is behind that. And I'm friends on Facebook with one of the animators on Animaniacs, and he directed all her episodes that she was in. And he's had little posts about it, how they had to, you know, change her up, and then they just ended up, I think, getting rid of her, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. But see, I already messed up here. Oh no, I didn't. That could have been a big mistake I made, thank goodness. That's why it's so important to lock your layers, because you can get into jams like that. Alright, so I have my thick lines down. I really need to practice more on adding weight to my lines. So going from thin to thick, like I do when you see me draw on paper on Instagram with my brush pen. And you can really do that with these brush tips on Clip Studio. I really could if I wanted to. Let me combine these layers just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Oops, hang on one second. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, so he did who instead of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the book was called Who Censored Roger Rabbit. And I want to read it because there's a lot of things that, of course, the movie couldn't add because it's, you know, you just can't, it's impossible to add everything that's in a book. But he did a sequel as well, and I think it ended up, if I'm not mistaken, Bugs Bunny was like his dad or something, actually. But let me show you guys what I was talking about with as far as like line weights. So if you look, most of my lines are pretty much the same width all the way across. If you want to add volume and give yourself like a cartoony feel with your art, you can just kind of go back over, add some line weights there. So you just kind of, it makes it pop more if you want to do it like that. Don't have to. And I'm probably not actually. I was just kind of showing you guys that. All right, so I'm going to put that layer underneath. And we'll go ahead and color this guy. I'll go ahead and mention again, check out my website, cartoon-u.com. I have some new print designs I need to upload in my store. I'm kind of behind on doing that. I'm just so overwhelmed with commissions. I keep getting them coming in. It's a good problem to have. And I just finished up one, and then I'm going to knock down another one. I got another one that was ordered in the morning. So I have quite the list to go through here. You know, I went from 13 down to 11. Now I'm back up to 14. I'm looking at my paper now. So good times to be an artist for me. I've never been this busy, and I thank all of you for watching, you know, for commenting, for encouraging me, because believe it or not, we all need encouragement. All right, so there's some cool ways to color in Clip Studio. One thing you can do is kind of select the layer you're in, and it only goes around the lines, and you just use a paint bucket, and it drops it all in, which is pretty cool. And let's see, I need to make sure I get his color scheme right. I need to look at a picture. Yeah, so he's got kind of like a skin tone thing going on with his mouth region and his ears and his arms. He's only, what, 4 or 5 colors basically. All right, so there's the blue on his head. And then you can also just drop it straight on there. All right. So yeah, you can just drop a paint bucket down, or you can, you know, select your area that you want to drop in. It's pretty cool. And then I'm going to go in here, just black that out. Actually, I want to put that on the top since it's black. Oh, you found the book in Audible. All right, so let's see. And I'm going to throw down some on his glove here. And his socks. And I can't remember if his soles of his shoes were white, and it looks like they are. At least on the drawing that I was looking at, the drawings I was looking at. The one I was mainly looking at, he's standing straight up, but I wanted to have him running. I probably could have exaggerated it even more, which is another thing I need to get a little better at. But there's always room for improvement. That's what I love about drawing. Is as it continues, you continue to improve, and it's like that with anything else you do in life. All right. Oops. His mouth's not blue. I know that much. All right, and he has red shoes. When I watch New Japan Wrestling, one of the refs, he wears red boots, but they just call them red shoes. It's pretty funny. All right. I'm a big wrestling nerd. Oops. All right, and I have like a little gradient that I already saved. It's kind of gold, so I'll just use that. Sweet. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this before something crazy happens, like I lose my power or something weird, and then it's gone forever. So I'm going to save this. Sonic. Boom. All right, he's saved. Oops. I need to shift both of those. There we go. All right, so I'm going to change my canvas size again. Let's see, width. I'm going to make it 10. Oh, and I closed it out when I didn't need to. Height, I'm going to see what 8 does. You know what? I'll just make it 10 by 10. Because why not? We'll make it a perfect square. There we go. Okay. I'll go ahead and color it some. I don't know how much time you guys want to stick around, but I'll color it some, kind of show you what I do. There's a couple of ways of doing it. If you really want to make your colors pop out on digital art, you kind of make a palette of colors and dip from it, like if you were painting in real life, or you can go the lazy route, which I've done for quick things, and I'll probably get scolded by people, but you can drop your opacity down to about like 40 something, close to 50. And if you spray paint, see, you can get some darkness in there. Can do it like that. But it doesn't work for all colors. It's just kind of a quick thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and with this, I'm going to just do a darker blue. Maybe about right there. All right, cool. And then I'm going to just, this will be my dark area. Maybe go a little bit darker than that. All right, so let's see, I'm going to darken it up a little bit more on the blue. Yeah, that's a little better. And then you can kind of blend it with this little blender just to mix it in better. Whoop, went too far there. I literally draw from sun up to sundown and I love it. It's just so addicting, but I love it. It's a great pastime. And even if you don't do it to make, a living like I do, this is how I make my living and I love it. I'm very lucky. I love it. I get to work from home and my wife does too, so we hang out and we have 2 little cute dogs. But even if you're not doing it for monetary reasons like me, and I don't do it just for money, I love it, but it helps that I make money off of it. It's a great hobby. It's a great pastime. And it's something where you can learn different methods and you don't have to just draw. There's cool things. You can paint, you can sculpt. There's all kinds of cool things you can do with art that you might have not thought you could do. Just kind of mixing this up some. And I might add some more darkness around the crevices and things like that. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I said earlier. I'm going to make a little palette. Whoops. And here's another problem. I forgot to increase the opacity. So yeah, there we go. Big difference there. See that? Now I don't have to do that. Okay, so let me go ahead and select that top part of his head again. Might bring it down just a tad. There we go. That's good. And then another thing I like to do when I'm doing art in this style, when I'm coloring this way, is I like to erase just a little bit off the top. I mean, not off the top, but off the side. Just to give the illusion that light's bouncing off all around here. It gives it a cool effect when you do that. There we go. It just gives it a good illusion of light bouncing off. And then what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to kind of add some highlights even more. And you'll see what I'm talking about here. Actually, I don't want to do that there. There we go. That's a little better right there. All right. Man, I can't imagine what Sonic would have looked like as a rabbit. I'm sure there's concept art for it. I'll have to search for that. I kind of like to lightly tap with the airbrush just to give some more dimension there. And then just go back, go back over. All right, so now what I'm going to do is let me make a new layer for my palette. All right, so that's a little dark. We're going to go a little lighter for some light. All right, now that I have that down, I'm going to lock that layer and then go back up here. Oops, and I didn't select my area there. Okay, now let me hide that layer and go back to it. All right, now I'm going to add some highlights. Rabbits aren't aerodynamic. They really aren't. This guy for sure is aerodynamic. He's got his spikes all behind him and stuff. All right. I might add a little bit more of a light bounce back here too. I think that'd be a cool effect. So yeah, he's starting to look pretty cool, in my opinion. All right, so that's the top half. Let's go down to the body here. This portion, leg, and then the chest and the back fin. thanks guys for tuning in. Seriously, I can't say it enough. I like that you want to come and hang out and check out what I'm working on. I just kind of like, just hanging out and drawing. I mean, I love it. I used to kind of have a problem taking my sketch pad everywhere back in the day, and I would take it with me all over the place whenever we'd hang out with people. And I was like, man, that's kind of rude that I'm just drawing the whole time while I'm hanging out with people. So I kind of quit taking it with me everywhere. But my wife, like when we first started dating, that's kind of what I would do, and it would entertain. It still entertains her, but I mean, when something's new, she loved it. She was just like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. And she just told me something to draw, and it was fun because she always had the funniest ideas. And back when I had this crappy office job, I was always bored to tears there, and I didn't like my job. And every time at lunch, I'd bring my lunch, and every time at lunch I would draw something that she would ask me to do, and it was always funny. She would just have these cool ideas like draw this, and then at lunch I would just draw some whatever she had asked for, and it was fun. It was just like a fun way to spend the work day, that little brief break I would get. And I miss that. That was fun. All right, I'm gonna cool. Yeah, I like this guy. He's pretty cool. Oh, another thing, I forgot to add a little bit of a bounce of light up here. Boom. All right, now for the leg down here. All right, so we got a little partial shading here because of the bend of the leg. You were drawing when I met you. You sat at a table whole night, and I wanted to check. Yeah, dude. So yeah, Jerry, when you met me, I was still doing that. It was kind of, I don't know if it was like maybe a social anxiety thing, and I just didn't know it. But yeah, dude, I would just sit. And I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I take this sketch pad everywhere with me, and it's like it's kind of, I don't know if it's kind of rude. If it comes off rude, I don't want people to think I'm not interested in being there. It wasn't that. I don't know. I just like doodling all the time. Big time addiction. I guess it's better than being addicted to other things that can be detrimental. But I don't know. Since probably about third grade, this has been like just a nonstop thing for me, and I love it. I'll tell you one thing, it'd get my teachers and my parents mad though, because I did it too much. I would I'd do it when I was supposed to be paying attention in class and all that stuff. I'd get letters sent home and phone calls, and it was just it was crippling my learning. But it's funny because like this is how I make my money. A lot of cool commissions that I have going on. have some wrestling ones right now. I kind of got burnt out with the wrestling art, and I know I shouldn't be saying anything negative. Just kind of got burnt out with it. I did so much of it last year that I just wanted to do something different. Oh, if you hear the dogs barking, that's because they're yappy. Oh, it's okay. That's the crazy one. I have a crazy one and a sweet one. And I love them both. But yeah, one's a little mentally unstable. All right. But we love her. She's sweet to us, but she's a little out there. So excited. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. You had a couple of things you said there, Amber. Let's see. Did it affect or help your learning? So this is going to be too long to type out, so I'll just answer it right here. This is just me. I'm not an educator, so I have no room to say what should or shouldn't be done because, like I said, I'm not an educator. I have taught summer camps with art and things like that, but I've never taught academics. But I feel like if you see a kid that's excelling at something and they truly love it, why not encourage them to do it more and more and have them focus on that and make possibly get into them doing co-ops and wanting to do a career out of it. You know, if they're truly interested in something at an early age, why not encourage it? Why not, if you see them flourish in something, focus on that? Because we need people that are really heavily gifted in one area to learn as many skills possible to advance themselves. So I guess what I'm getting at is I wish schools would focus more on if there's kids that are, I mean, I know they have the gifted schools and things like that, but if kids are really flourishing in something, just amplify it more. And it did affect my learning some because I wouldn't pay attention, let's say, in algebra or something which was just, I was bored to tears and I hated math. I don't use it to this day except for maybe a calculator to add up how much I owe in taxes each quarter, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it did affect my learning. I should have been paying attention more, but it was just tough for me. I still to this day have a little bit of a attention span problem. So that's kind of my view on it. And then let's see what else. Oh, you said you're so, yeah, I'm excited to do yours too. It's a little ways off, but I can't wait to get started on it. I love, I'm not going to say what it is just in case whoever I'm doing it for is watching or something. I don't want to give it away, but I love the subject matter of what you have me drawing. I'll give you a hint. It's what I've been doing on Instagram lately. That's kind of the theme. And another thing, if I notice stuff I need to touch up, I kind of just do that throughout. I'll see little spots where I'm like, oh yeah, I could have just done this or made it a little brighter on some areas. Right there, I was adding just a little bit more of those highlights. All right, so the blue's done. I guess we can go to the white now of the eyes and the gloves. And I appreciate all you guys that have purchased commissions off of me. It keeps me going. It keeps me living the dream. So I owe it all to you guys for keeping me, going. It's I'm truly grateful, especially right now with the way things are. I'm honored that people still want art and they're real excited about it. It's I guess it's a good distraction right now. All right, so eyes were pretty easy. Ooh, I like that. I almost want to make those pupils all the way black. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back in here and make it black all the way. I like that better. I know he has green in some of the renditions, but I think on the old school original one, they were black all the way. So I'm going to stick with that if you guys are cool with that. And I'll go back in there and add a glare. Actually, I'll do it here now. Let's see. And I made a mistake here. See, I guess that's about the gray I'll use for that. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of reflection in the nose area and the eyes. And I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. If I want to add just a little circle, you know, yeah, I'll probably just do that. It's kind of that old school look. Oops. See, I'm already messing up here. I'm going to go on the different layer here. And I just saw something I need to fix. Little sloppy spots that I need to fix up here. There we go. Mickey Mouse's body for Sonic's basic likeness. Michael Jackson's boots. Huh. That's really cool. And it all makes sense because that totally is Mickey Mouse's body. Huh. As many Mickey Mouses as I've done. Goodness. I should show you guys one that I did a while back. Let me see. I'll pull it up here. Let me look. Just because I like showing off stuff sometimes. While that's loading up, I'll keep. Oh, here we go. Let's see, docs. Where is it? I don't remember where I saved it, so I might have to look for it later. Oh, I know where I did it. It's under sketches, I believe. There it is. It'll come up here. There's one I did a while back. I thought that was cool. And of course, I have to look a lot of times to make sure I get the Disney look down. I have to look at a lot of reference stuff because, oh my goodness, it's hard to do it from memory. Yeah, Felix the Cat Head. That's so true. So yeah, that's a Mickey and Pluto I did a while back. I also did a colored pencil version of that. All right, so going back to this because I get sidetracked a lot. Okay. So actually what I'm going to do is just do a complete new layer at the top. I do a lot of layers. Sweet. There we go. Cool. All right, next to the nose. Actually, I need to make that brush tip a little bigger. And like clockwork, my little drawing chat live buddies in here, Sherlock, the Wonder Dog. I'm gonna see if I can get him on camera. Let's see. I'm gonna see. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Let's see. I'm gonna first time guest appearance. Let's see. 1 second, guys. Let's see if I can get him on. There he is. There's my buddy. Whoa, he disappeared. Oh, he doesn't. He's camera shy today. He's so embarrassed. And he's disappearing. I can't get him in the camera. There he is. He always hangs out with me in my office and at my desk when I'm drawing. So that's pretty cool. He kind of got mad at me, so he's gonna leave. He didn't like that too much. Whatever, dude. I was giving you the spotlight, Sherlock. What's wrong with you? He's the coolest little dog ever. All right. Okay, so now I need to make a little deal for the face and the stomach and the arms. I'm going to unlock this. I'll try to make one Sherlock appearance every live, but man, he does not like being pointed at the camera. I don't know what that is to him. He does not like it though. And I don't like distressing him because he's such a sweet boy. All right, let's see. I forgot to darken the tail some too. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the hat. He hates hats. Don't know. He doesn't mind if I wear a hat, but anybody else that's not around that much, he's like, wait a minute, you have a hat on? It ain't happening, dude. You gotta get out of here. Take the hat off. He's cool with you. Don't get it. All right, so that tail's lit up pretty good. And let me get these gloves really quick. See how manic I am? I go all over the place. All right. And it looks like I need to highlight that better. All right, cool. Oh, I gotta take my contacts out. My eyes are drying up on me here. Alright, so let's go to the glove here. I'll start out with the top part. And yeah, don't feel pressure to stay on for the whole thing. You can watch the replay. I save them on my channel now that I know how. The first one did not get saved. That whole thing was a fiasco. I did not know what I was doing. Still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. All right, I'm going to hit save again, just because that's a good save point. I also like reposting what I drew on the channel, just so people could see it. Like, oh yeah, he gets on YouTube or he gets on Twitch, just to get more followers. I like, gaining new, like Amber. I mean, you've been tuning into my Instagram live since day one. You bought a commission off of me, and you found out about me, I believe, through Mark Kistler, who's my earliest art hero growing up, and I'm proud to call him my friend as well. We've been friends now for a little over 5 years, which is hard to believe. But it's great meeting new people and sharing art and sharing my experiences and just learning a little bit more about you guys. And also, it's a great way to network and get more business. And I love creating art for you guys. I love creating custom art. I love designing characters. That would be a dream job of mine, to design, kids cartoon characters and video game characters, stuff geared towards kids, because I love that style of art. And another thing, this is just my grumpy old man coming out. I really don't like a lot of the art style I see that's geared towards kids nowadays. It's really I don't know, it's too simplistic. Like, you look at the cartoons and you're like, wow, what is going on? It's like they didn't even try to put any effort into and I hate saying that because they're animators, but the characters are not so complex looking. They're just kind of just little odd shapes here and there. It's just really weird to look at. And like I said, it's just me being nitpicky. I mean, they're creating the content and people are liking it, so I shouldn't come down on it too hard. But there's a certain old school style that I feel has left us. It was really cool to see the I don't have HBO Max, but I've been watching them on YouTube. The new Looney Tunes series that they're playing on HBO Max, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's really done in the spirit of the old stuff. It's I highly recommend it. It's the voices take some getting used to, but it's really fun to watch. It was refreshing. I was like, wow, they brought it back. Oh, Sherlock's back. Hey, buddy. Yes, I agree. The eyes are weird. It's just really strange. And then another thing that I noticed, and there's nothing wrong with this, it's just fascinating to see. For the last, like, I don't know, almost no more than that, maybe 15, 20 years, uh kids are really hooked on that anime style. Like, that's all they draw. Like, when kids, like at Comic Cons, when I'm doing, just different conventions and shows, they'll show me their sketchbooks, and I'm like, oh, cool. And then when I see it's just anime art, like nonstop, and that's mostly what I see. It's really interesting to see that dynamic happen. The big eyes and the big lashes, and it's just really interesting. Oh, shifted my layer here. There we go. I don't know how I do that. Sometimes I do that too. Oops. Yeah, that's good enough for now. All right. And I did my mistake that I tell you guys that I not supposed to do. I didn't lock my layer, but it's okay because white gloves are not a bad layer to do that on. But I definitely need to be more careful. And once again, oh, and I realized something. I was on the right layer. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long day. All right, so what I need to do is go into the original layer, and this is probably not making sense to you guys, but what I noticed is on my flat colors that I originally laid down, I'm in that layer now. There was a gap I left and I didn't cover with the shade of white. It's kind of it's like 97% white is what I'm using. All right, so I'm going to go back up now. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button on this video. Comment after it's over too. And hit the bell, the little bell icon that's on the video if you want to get notified when I go live or when I post a new video. I'm going to do some time-lapse videos too. Just haven't got around to it. I might post some old ones that I've done already. Oh, I'm messing up again. Let me undo those. 1 second, guys, bear with me. Also, if you want, if you can, share this video on your social media pages if you think anybody's interested in watching this kind of stuff. Feel free to share on your pages. Let people know to tune in. One thing that's weird is I don't have like music or any kind of weird, like I don't have any kind of audio going on in the background. And when I'm drawing, I either have music or I'm listening to I listen to a lot of debates. I'm not going to say what they are because that's, kind of personal. And it's, it leans towards the religious and political, which I won't discuss on here, but that's what I listen to. But I listen to like documentaries and debates while I draw, things like that. And then I'll listen to music as well. And like a lot of times when I'm doing these lives, on Twitch, you can listen to whatever you want. They don't block your videos, but for some reason on YouTube, they're real copyright heavy on it. So I'm glad you guys don't mind hearing my funny voice on here. All right, and then I'm going to do like a skinny little strip here. All right, cool. All right, next one, let's see. This one I might do a transparent gradient. And when you do a transparent gradient, you just kind of see that, just do that. And it kind of adds it on the fly like that. Same right here. Whoops, that's a little too much. There we go. All right, next I am going to do the same thing, selecting all these little grooves, do it about like that, and then just to add a little bit more dimension to it, kind of color in each crevice with a little bit of shadow. And then I'm going to go in with the eraser, do the same thing down here. Boom. All right. So that's done. Okay, so let's see, go to the sock next up here. And then I'm going to shade it. Sorry, I had to fill in another part of it. And of course, I'm going to erase a little bit here, just to make it pop out more. All right, next, and we'll see you got red and then the tan kind of flesh area, and that's pretty much it on the color. All right, so for the shoes, we'll put it more in the middle. Then I'm going to go a little brighter. All right, so we'll start out with this shoe here on the red portions. And then I'm going to do that same thing I mentioned earlier, that transparent to foreground to transparent gradient is what it's called. It's a cool little shortcut. All right, now I'm going to do that little separation that I do. Then I'm going to add some of that, just some shine up at the front. I need to make that a little bigger, I think. And I made that mistake again. I didn't lock my layer. It's okay though, we'll work with it. All right, so we're going to go down to the shoes here. All right, and then I'm going to lighten this up some. That one's a little too strong, but I can make it work. You just kind of got to have like that control to just tap it a bit, you know, when you use your airbrush on here. Okay, and then last but not least, and I need to go Not go too dark on here, maybe about that much. You go a little lighter than that. Okay, cool. Okay, now I'm going to lock because I didn't lock last time and it got me in trouble. Now also go on live tomorrow on Twitch at 3 in the afternoon Central Time if you want to check that out. That one I just kind of randomly do stuff, just no requests. It's just me. It could be a project I'm currently working on. I think what I'll do tomorrow is work some on my wrestling commission I have. I'm drawing if any of you are wrestling fans, I'm drawing Kenny Omega with a samurai robe on. That's what the customer wanted that ordered it from me. So I'm almost done with that one, actually. It's come out pretty good. The hardest part for me with that one is his hair, because he has a lot of highlights and his hair's a stringy, curly kind of. It's a weird mess that he wears. I don't know why he wears his hair like that, but it's a pretty interesting hairdo to say the least. So maybe on Twitch tomorrow, if I'm not done with it by then, by the time it's time for my Twitch video, I'll just finish it up on there. See how it goes. I'm almost done with his hair, and then I got to put like a kind of a Japanese background in it. It's really interesting because he's not Japanese, but I know he wrestled in Japan for a long time, but it's what the customer wanted, so that's what they get. All right, let's try this light tone here. All right, not too bad. I could see some improvement on that in some areas, but we'll just roll with it for now. Huh? Thanks. All right, almost done with this, guys. I usually don't try to go more than 2 hours. I'll do 1 to 2 hours. Instagram, you can only do 1 hour at a time, so that's kind of lame. Because sometimes, like Sunday when I did it, I went over an hour, of course, but I only spent like 11 more minutes on the second video, so that was kind of silly. But you know, it is what it is. And let's see here. Yeah, feel free to share my channel with others that might be interested in this. Like I mentioned before, I'm always happy to meet new people and meet new people that love art, that want to buy art off of me. That's always cool. I'm always honored to create art for clients. That's one of my favorite things. And right now I'm creating a lot of it, so that's really cool. All right, So now we're going to go on to the other arm. Oh yeah, the ears too. I can't forget the ears. If you guys have any suggestions for next week on YouTube, let me know. Maddie had been asking me forever to draw a Sonic, and I just hadn't got around to it, and now I did it. So now she doesn't have anything to ask me for anymore. Oops, that's too bright. There we go. I don't know if I've ever drawn Sonic before. Maybe once just doodling, but never anything too serious. Draw Felix. That would be cool. That'd be so easy though. I'd be done with Felix like in 15 minutes or less. But I would love to do that because he's a cool character. His magic what? That's right. Yeah, I'll do that next week. If I get another suggestion though, I'll preempt it, you know, but if not, we'll go with that one. That's a good one. Felix is that's a timeless character. If it weren't for Felix, there wouldn't be a lot of what we're into now, so. All right, now for the ear. And on this, I'm not going to draw any bright spots because it's it's the ear canal basically. It's basically just going to be a shadow. Boom. You know what else I could do? One last thing before. Let me go ahead and cut these little paint dots. I'm gonna cut those and put those in a new layer. All right, we're gonna hide those, and then what we're gonna do next is I'll add kind of this layer maybe. I'll go behind it. No, I don't like that at all. What happened? I know what happened. And this is completely another slip up on my end, but I can totally fix it. Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay, so I didn't put any white right here on this one, but it's easy to fix because all I got to do is just, whoops. There we go. Cool. Boom. There it is. All right, so just add a little shadow down here at the bottom. And then, if y'all want to see something pretty cool, let's see if I can pull it off here. Clip Studio has a deal called, it's called a perspective ruler. You can do like 1-point perspective, and you can have, you know, your perspective in different angles here. But it's cool because you can adjust this however you want to put it. I used this, the first print design I ever did, use this. It was the Flash Minion. It's one of my most popular ones I ever did. I have like a little assortment of Minion drawings that I've done. Those are fun. All right, watch this. Let's see if I can pull it off here. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Hang on 1 second, guys. We're almost done. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see, I need to move that up here at the top though. And I need to brighten it up some. It's cool though because you can see it keeps it all in perspective. And then you hide that layer. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to hide that though, just because I don't like some of those lines. But it's a pretty cool feature. What do you think? Should I leave those lines or take them off before I shut it down for the night? What do you guys think? On, off. What do you think? Take off. I agree. I was about to say the same thing. All right, cool. So there's Sonic the Hedgehog. Just a quick, well, not too quick, but just my rendition of it. I'm going to unlock a couple more layers. I'm going to shift him up a little higher. But he's pretty much done. I really think... Leave him? Okay, so let's go ahead. Hang on 1 second. I just wanted to leave him a little higher here. Where did I move the... Okay, there we go. The only thing is I don't like this line. Let me take this off really quick. Yeah. Oops. Whoa, whoa. Okay. All right, cool. So the lines are, I guess, going to stay on, and then I'll do one version for Maddie with the lines off. But yeah, we're good to go. Oh, now he's agreeing with you. I personally don't want them on there either. I do like them, but I don't want them like that. I would have to work around it and layer it different, kind of like I did the Flash Minion. I'm gonna take them off, but I wanted to move him up a little higher, so we're gonna leave that off. I'm gonna, I guess, gonna sign off now. Thanks for checking out another live YouTube. Feel free to share this with others. Like I said before, hit the like button, comment after it's over too. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I'm going live again and when I'm posting new videos. And check me out on my other platforms too. Go to my channel, in my banner at the top right. It'll have all my social media links. And if you're looking for art, contact me. I'm always taking in new commissions. And it's what I do, and it's what I love to do, and I hope you guys love it too. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you next week here on YouTube. Later, guys. Thanks.